Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's Zach again with 1918 British Air Force, here with a semi-nude segment, semi-not news segment. Jesus, I wish I knew how to speak. It is Zachie's Soapbox, where I get to talk about the video game industry and what I think about it, um, and just some things in my head. They were at the end of the vlogs, and it usually made the vlogs a bit too long to be enjoyable. If you ask me, that was just my opinion. If you guys want them back into vlogs, that's fine too. But here is the subject for today. Oh, by the way, in the background is Mass Effect 2. Lovely, lovely video game. If you guys haven't played it yet, please do. You can get it off of Steam for $19.99. I believe I got it on sale during Christmas time, and it was quite cheap. I don't remember 100% though. Or maybe I just bought it straight out when I got Mass Effect. I don't know. Sorry, I'm rambling. Anyways, today's subject matter is the fact that video games are now protected under the First Amendment, which is fantastic. It's actually a very, very good thing for us. In Supreme, it was a 7-2 ruling, which is really awesome because now we know that the Supreme Court isn't filled with ignorant bastards. Because I did some reading. I wanted to make sure I was pretty read up on this. And when you do video games protected under First Amendment in Google, the first two are talking about yes, hooray, and June 27th, 2011, blah, 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 hooray, we kick some ass, take some names, chew some bubblegum, but we're all out of bubblegum. But if you keep going down, you have very old articles talking about the idea of this from like 2003, 2010. It's kind of depressing. It's really depressing, actually, because there's some fear mongering from older news medias. Well, news. I hate news so very much. I try to keep my nose out of news because it's either depressing or completely wrong, and it makes me angry because I hate stupidity on so many fucking levels. It's ridiculous. So, let's give ourselves a brief history. Video games in the 80s did not have a rating system. Then video games such as Mortal Kombat came out in the 90s, and that's when we needed to get a video game system, and this is a rating system, excuse me, and that's where things started to change for video games, because we were thoroughly ignored for quite a long time, and since there are graphical and thought advancements within video games, we got to do things that were slightly more violent, and even though technically we've had weird games in the past, such as Colonel Custard's something or another, which is a porn game on the Atari. Yeah, sorry, I'm not gonna get into that. We added this rating system, which apparently made parents stupid, like even dumber than they already were, and even worse at parenting. My parents are fantastic. They've always been really good with video games, and I've always tried to educate them on what exactly the rating system was. Growing up with the rating system was a huge benefit for myself. And I always try to keep my parents updated on it and made sure, like, hey, this is within my range, and I am mature enough to handle this game. Now, the rating system somehow made parents stupid, because they apparently thought they could get away with not, like, realizing what the rating system was. So we had a long time where parents would say that this video game has made my child violent, or some sort of moral, this video game cause some sort of moral dilemma within my child and or something or another. And the actual biggest culprit of this was Jack Thompson, who is a moron as far as I'm fucking concerned. The guy is basically an internet troll, except with video games and real life, and he's a lawyer for some reason. And I believe he got disbarred recently, which is fantastic because the guy didn't really do anything except for try to bring down video games, which he just pretty much got shit on, which is a rafflecopter if you ask me. But so we had that time, and now we're kind of in a new age of awesomeness, I hope. Because we're going to be able to do things within video games that other medium cannot. I've covered this in a past vlog about how I believe we can cover character development and character connection to the consumer so much better than other video games. Or, God, sorry, other medium. What was I saying? But now that we're protected underneath the First Amendment right, we are now classified within art and movies and plays and books. So we have the freedom to be what we want. We don't have anything else to hold us back. We don't have to fear being banned anymore. We don't have to fear, I don't know, we don't have to fear this whole, I don't know. We don't have to fear the government doing something stupid because we're trying to make a point or we're trying to say something to the consumer, and it wasn't intended for a younger consumer. Parents who buy video games to babysit their children or to babysit their children would be the best way to describe it, are had hurt us so much in the past. We now don't have to worry about that anymore, and it gives our developers so much more room to put things in their games. Because I feel that at certain points within developments, developers were afraid to put things in their games just because they're afraid of the lawsuit. And now we can get away with stuff like that, and it's fan-fucking-tastic. And I do believe video games are art, and I am willing to make that argument till the end of time. But that's just my 2 cents. I think we're in for a really good change of pace when it comes to video games. I'm thoroughly stoked. I don't know about you guys. Now that we're protected within the First Amendment. If this was a little bit scatterbrained, I'm sorry. I'm trying just to, like, quell my rage with stupid media. But thank you guys very much for watching. Please leave your comments down below on what you believe the First Amendment will be doing for the video game industry in general. I think it's going to be a big deal. I think we're going to have a kick-ass grouping of really adult-oriented, mature titles that are for smart, deep, intelligent people. Not saying that Duke Nukem falls under that. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, dance. I don't really give a fuck as long as you guys enjoyed the video. And that is all. Goodbye.